I keep giving bad people good ideas.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a topic that I've already talked about on this channel maybe a few months ago, but I feel like it's always kind of a good topic to always come back to because there's always new channels in the genre or new stuff that is always going on, or just kind of stuff I do kind of learn about because pretty much for today's topic, we're going to be talking about the channels that pretty much go out and catch predators, and pretty much the channels that kind of do it right, the channels that kind of like maybe have a little rough edges. I'm not saying like, oh, what they're doing is wrong, because again, these people are pieces of shit trying to like hook up with children and do fucked up or weird shit with kids. So again, any punishments kind of fail for them, really. I don't really care that, oh, someone's going out and beating the shit out of a predator, but it's more the fact that like, I'll get into it a little bit more in the video, but like, if you just go and beat the shit out of the child predator or the guy that's trying to hook up with the child, you can't really build a case off of that. And I'll kind of go into like kind of like why it's always good to kind of build a case and kind of get them locked up instead of beating the shit out of them, because yeah, beating the shit out of them kind of does teach them a lesson, but are they like, does it really stop them from going out and doing it again, you know? So we'll kind of get into all of that in today's video, and probably one of my big examples is going to be Gideon's videos, the EDP watch or whatever, because that's kind of the most popular one, and that's kind of the one that I do end up watching the most. There are a few other channels where it's like I don't really know the names of them right off the top of my head, but I've seen like shorts of it or whatever. So again, let's just jump into it. So again, like, why I kind of end up watching Gideon's, or Gideon, I don't know. I want to try to say Gideon because that's how you say it, but sometimes I want to like throw in an A in his name. I don't know. But pretty much why I think his is the most popular and kind of the most watched is yeah, obviously he is already a popular YouTuber and already kind of had a popular fan base to kind of start off on, so it kind of made it a little easier to do the transition. But also why I think people are stuck around to watch it and shit is also too, he does it in the proper way. And I would say the proper way is pretty much just meeting up with them, meeting up in a safe location if that's for you, or to kind of make the child predator kind of feel safe so he doesn't run off or do any stupid shit to you either, because again, these people are still people at the end of the day, so you don't want them running off and then you can't, you know, get the police involved and do a proper catch or whatever. But then also you don't want to make it where they feel unsafe and they start doing bodily harm to you or try to do that. So I feel like, well, with those regards, he kind of nails it. And I would say same with Skittle Gene. His whole thing too is kind of similar to Jadion's. Jadion kind of was like, kind of like what Skittle Gene's doing, because Skittle Gene's been doing this forever. I feel like since like, at least I've known about him since like 2015. So again, kind of copied his formula, kind of added his own thing to it. And they do a lot of collabs again all the time and stuff. And pretty much with it, I feel like they kind of doing the proper way of building a case and then getting these people actually locked in jail, even if it's like, you know, a couple months, they pay bail, whatever, or like, you know, they're locked in for a couple years, or they, again, some of these people are really fucked up and they already have prior cases, so this is kind of the like final case that puts the nail in the coffin, and these people end up getting locked in forever. And pretty much and it kind of depends on the state and shit and laws and stuff, because that's also another thing I want to kind of get into a little bit, but not in too much of a political way either. But pretty much kind of fucking, I was on a good track and then the train just went woo. But pretty much what I'm trying to say is they kind of do in a proper way of kind of getting their name in the system, building a case and that them getting the proper punishment of jail time or whatever, or at least getting their name in the system and having a law out for these people so people know to kind of keep an eye on these fucking weirdos. As in the case of some of these channels, like, again, I'm not really sympathetic towards the child predators, like, fuck them, like, go kick their asses. But also the thing is, when you do just go out and kick their ass, like, yeah, you do get a kind of funny video, you kind of get a good video, you get a lot of shock value, get a lot of clicks and whatever. I guess if that's your whole point of doing it, it's kind of stupid, because I feel like with JDon and Skittle Gene, they kind of do it for the right cause. Like, again, they do make a living off of it. They gotta eat. They gotta pay the people that work for them, and kind of help them with videos and shit. But at the end of the day, they do care about kids and shit. And I'm not saying the channels that go out and beat the shit out of child predators don't either. But I feel like they do again, like the way I said, they either get jail time, so they're off the streets, or they're already on the system or in the system, so everyone's kind of already high alert on them. So they already kind of know, as if you just meet up in a Walmart with these people and to beat the shit out of them, they don't get really thrown in the system. No one's really on high alert of them, and they can kind of redo this again. And if the next person doesn't beat their ass, or the next person's an actual kid, you kind of put them back in harm's way, as I'm just trying to say. And then also you could kind of put yourself in harm's way, as if that person comes as armed, or the cops end up being like, well, you beat the shit out of them. That's kind of like, here's why you're getting arrested too. And now you and the child predator are sharing the back of a police car on the way to jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I feel like it's just kind of dumb, because you're kind of getting yourself caught up, and then you're not getting them any actual real punishment. Like, I get it, the punishment is getting their ass beat and embarrassed, but again, I don't feel like that's enough of a punishment. And also, I feel like once you do get their names in the system, or you get them jail time or whatever, it gives them the proper punishment of, okay, now everyone's on high alert. They're either locked away so they can actually fucking, not be a hazard to people. But then, I don't know, do the whole point of what jail is to kind of reconstruct and kind of learn from the actions, and just kind of sit back and think of what the fuck, like, what wrong left turn they took in life. And I feel like a lot of the time, these people can't really change. They sometimes say they do. But again, I feel like at the end of the day, I haven't had too many people I'm really, obviously, thank God, that I'm not close to that are like that, so I can't really say, like, oh yeah, they can change, oh, blah, blah. And I feel like a lot of the time they can't, because you see from, like, celebrities or EDP and shit, they say this shit, and then they end up folding anyways. And I do feel at the end of the day, we do need these people, on, sex registries and shit. So then people can stay on alert and be like, that's a fucking weirdo, I need to keep my kids away from them, yada, yada. And I feel like, it's funny. It's kind of funny watching these videos that people just, they're like, yeah, you met up with blah, blah, blah. Or you want to meet up with blah, blah, blah. Well, blah, blah, blah is 13. And then they just get decked in the fucking face. It is kind of funny seeing that, but then at this end of the day, you just kind of beat the shit out of them, and yeah, they kind of get a punishment, but again, they could just go out and do this shit again, and again, it could be even worse, as if it's an actual kid the second time they go out and do it, and they actually cause harm to a child. And again, I feel like once you do actually build a case, or at least on a sex registry list, they're at least in jail, they're off the streets, and I feel like that's the more proper way. And then, like, again, you don't really get yourself in trouble in the process too. And I feel like, to kind of wrap up this video, I feel like it's done that some states and some counties, it sometimes just depends on the counties and stuff too, some counties won't allow, like, people that are doing proper investigations. Like, I kind of understand if you're going out beating people, you're kind of just causing chaos and shit too. So that's another reason why you don't want to just go and meet up with these child predators and then beat the shit out of them because they're trying to meet up with a 15-year-old, because they're kind of causing fucking chaos, and you're kind of dealing with something that could be dealt in a subtle way and in a proper way, and you're kind of getting everyone else involved too, which I get. The part of it is to embarrass them, kind of shame them, but I feel like at the end of the day, you're just kind of causing a huge scene and shit, and I feel like those pluses and negatives, as yes, you're embarrassing the person, but then you're also kind of shitting on everyone else's day that's trying to just have a normal fucking day. And again, that's kind of where you're getting yourself in trouble and stuff. And a lot of states too, or counties, have this law where if like they are doing a proper investigation, they'll not like try and just jump this person because they're a child predator or wannabe child predator or whatever you want to call it, and doing a proper investigation and then getting the police involved once they meet up with these people. Once they have evidence, they're like, oh, well, it's not a proper investigation because the police officer wasn't doing it, or you guys didn't. I get the part where you have to contact them first and let them know about it so they can plan it and get proper help out to you. I can understand that part, but some counties will just straight up be like, nah, it's not like a proper investigation because the cop didn't do it, even though they have proof, even though they have like nude pictures of this dude trying to send it to what he thinks is a 15-year-old girl. All the proof is in the pudding and they do nothing. That kind of shit is fucking stupid. I don't know why that's like a thing. It's just kind of, and it's like a lot of the time the cops even know like, hey, obviously, like, this is real shit. You're not trying to bullshit us. This dude does seem like a child predator or whatever, and they can't do anything because of the law. I think that kind of shit is pretty fucking stupid. Again, I do believe that, like, again, you're innocent till proven guilty, but then, again, when these YouTubers are talking to these people and they admit it on camera that they fucked up and that they shouldn't have done what they did, and that those even text messages, nude pictures, all this shit, and even then, when the proof's there and it's proven them guilty, they still don't do anything. It's the dumbest fucking shit. And I feel like a lot of people agree too. And I just kind of hope laws like that get changed in the future. Again, I don't think like, oh, instantly give someone who gets accused of something like this fucking 20 years in jail. No. But again, if they get accused of something and the proof is there, you know what I'm saying? Like, they gotta go do the time. But again, if the proof isn't there, then that's when you kind of get in those situations, well, did they actually do it? But with all of these situations, they admit it on camera, they have text messages, they have pictures, and it's like, nothing gets done sometimes, and it's just sad. But then there are some counties that are the complete opposite, and they jump in charge, and they take down these people, and these people end up doing time or getting thrown on a list and all that. But besides that, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That was kind of my little ramble about all of this. I did make a video talking about this a couple of months ago, and I feel like this is maybe a more clear version of what I was trying to say then. And again, I don't watch these capture videos all the time, but when I do kind of learn like new stuff, like if that's like certain counties having certain laws, or again, just kind of how like you just, I feel like especially with JD on and Skeeter Gene, I feel like the bar gets raised sometimes each time on how fucked up these people are. Like, again, sometimes straight up just homeless tweakers will show up and they're like, hey, want to smoke meth with me? And they'll like try and smoke meth with a 12-year-old girl. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how fucked up does your life gotta be? So I definitely would say if you have the extra time and you have this stuff, like, again, I feel like they kind of save a lot of the fucked up shit for their Patreons and stuff like that. So if you don't want to see that kind of shit, you don't really have to see it. And again, I don't really ever go like, oh, I want to see all the text messages. I guess if you want to see if it's actually real and they're not bullshitting people, it's kind of good to see that. But again, for me, I'm just kind of there just to kind of, you know, for a little quick entertainment, just to kind of see, damn, the world is a pretty fucked up place. But also too, I feel like again, they kind of handle it in the best way they can. And again, I just feel like at the end of the day, these people that are doing it in the proper way should actually get their cases dealt with seriously. Again, the people that kind of go up and just, you know, jump the person, it's kind of not saying it's fucked up, but it's not the proper way of doing it. Like, imagine the cops being like, yeah, this person's a drug deal, like, I don't know, this person sells weed, this person has been selling weed, blah, 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 and they go in, and the person isn't armed, the person has no weapons, and they go in and just fucking beat the shit out of the person isn't resisting them, the person's like, oh, fuck, you caught me, arrest me, and they just go beat the shit out of them. It's kind of fucked up, and I'm not saying, like, it's child predators on that level. Again, when they get to prison, whatever happens to them, if they get killed, they get beat up, they become someone's bitch, whatever, that's their life, I don't give a fuck. But all I'm saying is, it's the best to make a proper case, get them sent to jail, and let the motherfuckers in jail deal with them. Because once they're in jail, they're gonna get their ass beat no matter what. They're already gonna become someone's bitch no matter what. So let the person that's already in jail deal with it, as then you ending up in jail because you tried to deal with it. You know what I'm trying to say? But besides that, I'm going to wrap up the video on that. If you did enjoy the video, like and subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys. I ain't with the drama. You can be my llama. With 300 ball.